Everybody, this is Car Ray Rob.
I'm Ray.
I'm Rob. And tonight we are doing our before and after reactions to the Justice League trailer.
All right, Rob. So we just spent a lot of time breaking down the DC movie universe.
Yeah. I just don't feel like we leave this universe these days.
We're stuck here.
Right.
But they dropped this trailer in our laps for us, kind of bookends our last couple videos. So we're going to get an interesting look at a movie that we think is important to the DC movie universe.
Very important, yeah.
But one that we're not so sure is going to be able to deliver what they need it to.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not sold. It's not that Zack Snyder can't make a good movie. I mean, he's done it in the past.
Just not in a while.
Yeah, his track record since has not necessarily been great.
Yeah. So, I guess what I'm really hoping to see from this trailer, a couple things. One is, probably the biggest, is the mood. Is the mood any lighter? Have any of the guys who've had influence on this had a chance to course correct a little bit?
Yeah, in the DC Death Spiral video, we talked about Jeff Johns taking over a little bit and reining in Snyder. Vision. Yeah, so I think that could help. It really depends on if they kind of decrease the doom and gloom tone that they've set. But being that this is Snyder's movie, like I can't help to think that you're going to still give him that leeway to kind of do that if he wants. But Jeff Johns may have said no, and we may see something different. Yeah, and it's not like Jeff Johns has really ever made a movie before either, so we're kind of going to see what that's all about. And the other thing I'm kind of hoping from this movie is maybe we get to see some cool things from Aquaman, Flash, Cyborg, maybe some of those other characters we don't really know yet, and maybe we can latch onto that and kind of get hyped up for the movie. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a necessity for this movie because these franchises haven't even started yet. Yeah. So where like the Marvel universe, they started with the singular franchises, which seems to make more sense. Right, then move into the joint movie, but yeah, they're kind of jumping ahead of themselves on this. So they really need this to work, or otherwise they could be sabotaging this other franchise before they've been started. Yeah. So let's be fair and let's check it out and see what they've done. See what they got for us.
We have to be ready. The others.
He's fighting Ra's al Ghul to be in the Justice League.
Coming from far away.
Not coming.
Oh, it's you.
It's already here. The others.
Parademon.
Where are they?
Arthur Curry. The Aquaman. It's on him.
It's on him.
Biomechatronic body parts. He's a cyborg.
This is how they get their names.
We should probably move.
Barry Allen. Whoever you're looking for, it's not me. You're the Batman?
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
Actually, they're going Batman can handle this time instead of just hiding under the rocks.
What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich.
One thing I can tell you is you got to be free.
My turn.
Come together. Right now. Come together. Right now.
Shall we?
It's good to see you playing well with others again.
Commissioner Gordon.
Just like a bat. I dig it. Maybe temporary.
Yeah, yo. Okay, so interesting. I don't say I feel wowed by watching that.
No.
But interesting.
Yeah, it was funner than I thought it would be.
Yeah, we're talking about the tone. We were addressing what would the tone look like, and I
Yeah.
definitely feel like they were trying to purposely make it feel lighter,
Yeah.
like funnier.
Yeah, you got
Everybody's
those
trying to
quippy
make jokes.
lines. Yeah. Something that I haven't really seen in the previous
Yeah.
DC outings, except for maybe Suicide Squad. But even
Yeah,
that
Suicide
was,
Squad certainly tried to do that,
Yeah.
so they definitely like try to make sure every character had a joke in there.
Yeah.
Aquaman maybe looks funnier.
Yeah, I was
than
kind of surprised by
expecting.
that. Yeah, I thought that the humor that they were trying to bring with him, I expected probably more from Flash.
Yeah, which I still think he's going to be.
Yeah, but
be
to
that,
bring
but-
that with Aquaman, I thought was kind of funny too.
But I still wonder if any of this movie takes place during the day. Like, it's
Right.
always in tunnels or dark at night or
Right.
just like...
Well, in all fairness, Bruce Wayne did go and find Aquaman in Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins.
Yes, he did.
The first act. So
That
that
could
was
have
a
been
great
stock
day.
footage for
That was
all
a
we
great
know.
day.
But, but yeah, that was a weird choice too. I'm like, that's pretty iconic for like Batman Begins or whatever. But yeah, so, I like the direction the tone is going, but I don't feel like I like the direction of this whole trailer. I just feel unmoved by it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they needed something a little stronger coming out of the gate.
Yeah. And speaking of coming out of the gate strong, something I was really hoping to see was the three characters that we haven't seen yet, Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash, come out of the gate strong here. And I'm not sure if they did. I just don't know if they had enough screen time in the trailer to come out strong.
No, I agree. I think, at least for Aquaman and Flash, they're kind of banking on anything that those people, the general audience may
prior
know
knowledge.
about them. Cyborg, he was in there, but I still feel like I don't understand who he is, where he comes from, anything like
Yeah,
that.
and they're going to have a lot of work to do with
Yeah.
him because he's probably, he's by far the least well known.
Yeah, and I mean, we've talked about it before. There's three, these three characters aren't getting a movie before Justice League, so it's kind of as important as this movie is for the DC universe as a whole. Is really important for these three characters because it's got to act as some kind of launch pad for them,
Right.
some kind of origin. So I think Cyborg is probably what it looks like, and it'd be the biggest origin story of the three.
Yeah, we saw shots of him being a football player, so that's
Yeah.
going to show you his pre-cyborg life.
Yep. And like
Obviously his post-cyborg life
how he
is in
becomes
the movie.
cyborg. We kind of caught that a little bit in Batman vs Superman, but
Yeah.
I bet they go into it more. And then I'm sure we'll see a little Flash, little Aquaman, and
Yeah.
they'll probably wait more for the solo movies.
Yeah, we saw a shot of Mara, Aquaman's either wife or soon-to-be wife. So we know the movie's going to go to Atlantis for at least a little bit. We
Yeah.
saw a shot of Barry Allen and his father in jail.
Yep.
So that kind of storyline that took place throughout the course of like Flash season 1 that somehow exists in this movie universe. We kind of get a glimpse of that, which means Reverse Flash lives in this universe. But that's a lot of people to be served, and not to mention that Cyborg is supposedly like he might be part of the MacGuffin. I mean, the mother box, the box that we saw in Batman vs Superman, and now this is probably the MacGuffin of the movie. It's hard to tell if he's made from it or made of it. So that's a lot of origin stories to tell in there. Not to mention, still give Batman and Wonder Woman probably more time, screen time than those three get.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a long movie. It looks like
2.5 easy.
Yeah.
Maybe close to 3. You're right. I mean, Batman's still the temple character. They're going to use him as a central driving force. They already have done that.
Yeah.
And as been the forming of the group.
Right.
And then there was even that little thing in there with Jim Gordon.
Right.
Playing well with others and all that. He
maybe temporary.
Right. Exactly. So he's definitely still the leader of this group. And then it's still interesting to me that Wonder Woman's getting 2 movies this year, technically, solo movie and Justice League. So Gal Gadot is getting a great push this year.
A lot of exposure there.
Good for her. But there's just a lot going on. We've seen these superhero movies in the past that try to do too much, and instead of doing any just a few
One
things
thing
well, they end up doing a bunch of things half-assed.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that's what we're going to get with Justice League.
Yeah, and not to go back to Marvel, whatever. Sometimes Marvel does a good job of bringing it back in and making it smaller, like Ant-Man per se.
Sure.
And then Justice League, I'm just hoping they're not falling in the trap of trying to go too big too fast.
Yeah, I mean,
Which we've kind of talked about.
We've talked about that, yeah. In the DC Death Spiral video,
Yeah.
I think that's they're still chasing Marvel, and I feel like this is their. After watching this trailer, I feel like that even more.
Yeah.
That they're trying to chase Marvel, and we've talked about Infinity Wars and how big that cast is going to be, and so
big difference.
Right, there's a big difference though in what we're talking about with Justice League and what we're talking about with Infinity Wars, because in Infinity Wars we're already invested in all those characters.
Yeah.
We've seen them in multiple movies. There's not going to be really much new.
No.
So you're already invested. With this, you're already looking at half the cast being new.
Yeah.
You've never seen them really in a movie before outside of snippets. So to get that audience connected, I think they're going to have a huge uphill battle.
And not to mention, Civil War did a great job of like setting up the Avengers too, because we know they're split and but this, I originally thought maybe the idea of working the world building backwards could be good, like a great launching point for Cyber, a great launching point for Flash. But now we feel it's just gonna be too cluttered. I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think it's gonna fall flat.
All right, so we've mentioned all these characters that they need to serve. But there was one big character missing from this trailer.
Yeah, Mr. Clark Kent,
Superman.
Mr. Superman. Yeah,
and we know he's in the movie.
Yeah,
maybe he won't be in it very much. But
yeah, we saw Lois Lane, so that was kind of the reminder for the audience. But they're still playing up the fact that he died in Batman vs Superman. So
he's coming back, folks. I mean, come on.
Yeah, everybody knows that. It's not a surprise. But we kind of.
Do you like the idea of leaving him out of the trailer?
In a way, I think. It's smart because I think that the audience is a little burned out on Superman. Mm-hmm. I know we've talked about it before, how I feel like the general film-going audience is just, I don't think they connect with Superman these days. I think that's why Man of Steel hasn't really worked.
Goody-goody.
Yeah, I think just for the modern movie-going audience, he doesn't work. Batman works. He's flawed. He's got an interesting story. I think
tough life growing up.
Yeah, and I think more people can relate to that than with this perfection from outer space that I think just from the time that the original Superman character was born, it just fit what people wanted then, and now. Batman's more what people want.
Do you think they will show Batman or Superman maybe in like the final trailer?
Oh yeah. They're not going to not show him.
You got to let your audience know he's going to be in the movie.
Yeah, but they're still going to treat it like it's a big surprise. Sean,
you didn't see this one coming.
Right, exactly. But yeah, he'll be there.
Yeah.
But they are going to wait a little bit.
Yeah. So I kind of feel the same thing. I was a little surprised they didn't put him in this, but I guess they want to play that out for as long as they can.
Yeah.
But. Like we said, though, it's gonna take more screen time away from other people. This is a big cast. So
yeah, well, and it could be kind of something very similar to what they did with Wonder Woman and Batman vs Superman, where she was in it, because before she was Wonder Woman in that movie, but she was really only Wonder Woman in the last act.
Yeah.
I could see them kind of doing something similar with Superman, where it's like they're hinting the whole movie, and then he shows up last act, and that's it.
Yeah. All right, Rob. Let's rate it where we think we're at right now. We either midnight it, we stream it, or we forget it. Where are you at?
Well, I'm really, really close to forgetting it. Actually, Snyder's not showing me anything to get me excited. I will probably go ahead and say stream it for now. However, one more trailer like we just saw, and I'll probably end up forgetting it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm excited. I'm gonna midnight it as of now, but I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. But my excitement level is probably more like stream it. Yeah. And I'm hoping that, like you said, maybe another trailer can make me more excited when I go see it. Right now I'm really only gonna see it because of the world building. Just I can't watch any of the movies unless you kind of know the base. But they got a lot of work to do still.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, everybody. It's time to let us know what you think about the Justice League trailer. Do you have faith in Zack Snyder? Do you think he's going to blow it? Let us know in the comments below.
Also, hit the like and subscribe button so you can catch our next video.
Till then, this is Car Ray Rob.
I'm Ray.
I'm Rob.
Hey, mister. Avoid the clap, Jimmy Dugan.
That's good advice.